Well, folks, Kathy here with Living Miracle Homestead. Today, I am learning how to make solar cooking with a friend, Walt. He is teaching me how
doing what you want?
Yes. He's teaching me. He said, if this lines up with this down here, that it is pointed in the right direction. This has got to be 30 a 30 angle. But see how it's in there and it's able, we put some oatmeal and some rice dream in there so that he could have something to try in here. He hasn't done this solar cooking in a very long time, but it is really cool and I can't wait to learn all about it from him. And this is my friend Walt.
What we have there will effectively double the sunlight effect, or more. When the sun moves to where it's in the center of that angle, we'll be getting the effect of 3 suns in there. But right now we're getting the effect of 2 suns. It goes from 2 suns to 3 suns, and then as it goes toward the other edge, it's back to 2 suns. We're getting a lot of heat in there. Now, the turkey oven bag is the oven.
Okay.
That will allow ultraviolet to pass through. It doesn't inhibit the movement of ultraviolet through the bag, but it resists the movement of heat. The ultraviolet is very high frequency, very short wavelength units. The heat is changed to very long wavelengths. Yoko, shut up. The heat, the blackness of the jar converts the sunlight into heat. Heat has a long wavelength of very long, high angstrom units of heat do not penetrate that bag easily. And so we're gaining in temperature in there, inside the bag. The reflectors multiply the amount of sunlight that comes in. That shape, all around it is sending more sunlight in. And the black jar is converting that sunlight into heat. And the turkey oven bag is keeping the heat inside next to that jar. Nothing looks hot out there when you're out there, but you got to be very careful from here on. Don't touch anything inside that without gloves. I mean the heavy oven gloves.
Yes, sir.
That's the concept, and it works beautifully.
Good.
Now, generally speaking, you can figure that it takes twice as long to cook something out there as it does stovetop, because the sun is changing and moving. The outside temperature makes no difference. The physics of sunlight and oven making and so on, that's way beyond the changes in ambient temperature. It doesn't make any difference if it's snowing out there, as long as you can see the sun. The jar is a pressure cooker. It's twice as effective as stovetop cooking. So we may get what we want in an hour. Solar cooking has been done by primitive people who saw things happening
Yoko.
and drew some connections, especially in Southeast Asia. But it was never developed into a science until two old ladies from Tempe, Arizona had studied this and said, by golly, we can use that. And they designed some systems and they worked. But you can do more than just cook with it. If you go to a place in the mountains where the atmosphere is thin, so there's not much interference from air, and you put a jar of water in that place at night, and you aim the collector at a place in the sky where there are no stars at night, or very few, because a star is radiating heat to it. The system reverses, and the warmth that's in the jar will leave and be sent out into space, and you can make ice.
Sweet.
And again, it has nothing to do with whether the wind is blowing or what the outside temperature is. System, and I just enjoyed it so much. Had some frustrations too. You can't touch anything with your bare hands. It doesn't look hot, but it is. You have to carry a pot of cooked food. With gloves, the heavy kitchen gloves, not the outside gloves you wear to church. I did a lot of it. I'd go to work in the morning, I'd put out a chicken, a frozen chicken. Properly supported in a pot, and a foundation underneath to keep the heat from transferring from the pot to the collector. Put it on wooden support. I'd aim it for 3 o'clock. Maximum heat at 3 o'clock. And when I get home at 6 o'clock, I'd take that out, bring it into the kitchen and open the pot, and the chicken would fall off the bone.
Yum.
Bicycle, a shipping case, carton, cut so that when I curved it, then I had to line the whole thing with highly reflective tape, aluminum tape. Took quite a while to build that system. A very simple system, and you can start with this, and you may never need to go any further. And if you get a windshield to keep the sun out of your automobile,
Yes.
and when you're parked, you have a cover. One of those is made with highly reflective aluminum surface. You buy that. Then with Velcro, appropriately placed, you curve that around into a cone shape and fasten it with Velcro. And that'll stay that way from then on. And you get that angle. You may go for a smaller angle, depends on how much of the sun blocker is involved. and you support that in a bucket, which you can fill with water to make it stable, and is black. If it's a pot, you may want to give it a coat of black paint on the outside. Yeah. But the lid, you have to be careful of that. You can't use a plastic handle on the pot. It has to be if it has a handle on it, you have to take it off. And as far as the cover of the pot is concerned, once again, if you have an all glass cover, that's fine. If it has a knob on the top that's plastic, you gotta take that off.
Okay. What about the cast iron?
Cast iron, yeah.
You can use that?
But it works best if you paint it black.
Okay.
All over the outside, including the bottom. Which means that you won't find it useful on a stovetop anymore.
Okay.
But it would work in an oven. Oven bag.
He's made this for the pizza box.
You put your sandwich on a plate that can take the heat, crockery. This is the oven. This whole box is the collector.
Okay.
It's a converter. The whole thing converts the radiation into heat.
Okay.
The box is lined with aluminum foil
Okay.
all over. Inside the entire surface of the box is lined with aluminum foil.
Okay.
That reflects the heat back into the box
Okay.
if it wants to get out.
Okay.
And the black paint keeps the heat. It converts it into heat.
Okay.
This radiation and the heat are all reflected by the aluminum surface inside.
Okay.
And this keeps the heat in.
Okay.
You can't put a pot in here because it's not,
Yeah.
this isn't large enough. But you can put a meal on a plate in here
Yep.
and it'll cook.
Yeah. Probably better than a microwave.
It's better if the dish is a dark colored melamine plastic.
Cool.
That'll take the heat. Because if it's white porcelain, it may take the heat, but it isn't going to hold it.
Yes.
It's reflecting it back out,
Yes.
except that it can't get out.
Yeah.
So you can get good, I never worried about that. You can get good results. With vegetation, you don't start cooking till you get over 170 degrees.
Okay.
Up until that point, you're making garbage. But it sterilizes when it gets up to sterilizing temperature. That's 170.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on, you're cooking.
Sweet.
I put a plywood bottom on this.
Mm-hmm. To be more sturdy?
It doesn't get hot.
Okay.
It's outside the box, yeah.
Okay.
I could have put this over the jar out
Yes.
there, but it's not a stable enough situation there
Yes.
to put this down over the jar. But sometimes you find it useful.
He just said, fortunately, I can't see the mess I've made out here. But he knows where everything's at. He doesn't see very well, but he knows where everything's at. Okay, folks, so Walt's on his way out. I don't know if he wants me to take it out or if he's going to take it out. So this is what it looks like. You can see all the condensation on the bag. So you know it's been cooking. As you can see, we wedged it up with the boards to keep it in the right direction for the sun.
You might be tempted to reach in there without these. You'll only do that once.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I guess everybody should do that once just to make, just to know. Let's see, that can't spill because it's got a lid on it.
I don't dare try to grab it and help him because it's hot.
This is why I like a clothespin there.
Let me take this off. Sorry, guys. I had to take that off for him. I can feel the heat coming off of it. And it looks like some of the stuff is kind of bubbled out, maybe. I'll have to clean this up because you can see inside the bag it's wet. And this is a little tripod thing that he puts it on. Yep.
Just take a look.
It's sealed. Hang on,
Look
guys. Let me
done?
get this up. So there you have it. That is done. Done. And it smells delicious. I'm going to take it in the house and
This is for carrying it.
and I'll take it in the house and put it in a bowl or something. Okay, guys, no joke. This is hot, so I am going to put it onto the kitchen stove so that it doesn't burn the counters. So that's what it looks like in there. Oatmeal. Now I'm gonna say
Chill the jar too quickly.
I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't chill. I just set the jar over here so it can cool, but it will break if you don't be careful. But look at this. Absolutely perfect oatmeal. Absolutely perfect. We didn't stir it. We didn't do anything. We just let the sun do everything. Added bananas to it, and we're going to see how he likes it. It's hot. Is it good?
Very smooth.
Good. Well, folks, that was totally interesting. I thoroughly love doing that, and I will figure out a way to do this at home. I am so excited. I could set this up before I leave in the morning and come back and have dinner ready. And not even use any electricity. Is that the bomb or what? I am so excited to see and work on this project. He's been teaching me about this for years, but I've never really stepped out of it, and we've never really done it. So I am very excited to do that. Now, I don't know why on the inside of this, I'm going to show you the inside of his cap. For some reason, I'm going to have to ask him why he has this cork. He's added cork to the inside of this. So I'm going to have to wash this real good. But yeah, this is really cool. I've got to be very careful when I wash this not to wash any of the black off of it. And I'm just like blown away at how wonderful that is. So y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And we may have more cool projects to do.